to IQI Global International Project View together with you guys today. I have Bob here, and we have two gentlemen. It's been an honor. We have us, both of them, to be with us together. One of them, gentleman, is Blake, and the other one is Mike. And Blake, Mike, give us a little introduction for yourself.
My name is Blake Robinson. I'm a broker with RDS. We are a listing company here in Toronto. We represent a number of developers. We have for a number of years now, and we hold about a 5% market share. And we're here to discuss an exciting project here today.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Mike?
Yeah, I'm Michael Soufi, and I'm a sales agent, new with IQI. I've been with Remax for the last few years, specializing in pre-con. I've sold a number of projects over the last few years throughout Ontario, as well as Alberta and Quebec. But most importantly, we are here and we are excited to learn about Fieldgate Urban's launched project that launched this past November, but has new exclusive suites for release with great pricing that is even better than the resale market today.
Wonderful, wonderful. I have to say, congratulations and welcome on board with IQI Global.
Thank you
Mike.
so much, Bob.
And, as you already said, that we actually so honored to be here with Blake to witness this amazing project on NorthCore, and this is located the most sought after communities in North York and Central Core in Canada, Toronto. So a lot of requests recently from all over the countries, all over the globe. We're trying to, figure out what is the best project for a lot of overseas investors and local investors. And a lot of investors actually nowadays concerning about, the market, the price and this and that. And we just feel like, we have been searching for a great project like NorthCore. The price is good, the location is good. So everything is just, to the point that exactly what we're looking for. So today, I'd be honored to have Blake to walk us through a little bit in terms of the NorthCore project in North York, Toronto. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be glad to. So we're very excited about NorthCore and the opportunity that it presents, and we've been very well received. As you mentioned, we did come to market originally in November, and we have already hit our construction financing goals. So this is, a unique opportunity in the market right now where, yes, maybe the market has cooled overall, but this project's been very hot. And there's a number of reasons for that. And, this is an area that has a lot of pent-up demand because there's a lack of new supply as far as condos are concerned.
Right.
So, we have not seen any new product come to the market at Yonge and Sheppard in the last 8 years.
Wow.
And, this is an area that could sustain, 3 or 4 project launches a year. Because it is a highly sought after neighborhood. So there's been a ton of pent up demand, and we've been very well received, both locally and internationally.
That's right. Well, Mike and Blake, I think for a lot of investors concerning, I assume, it's from what I understand is, they're always concerning about the market and this and that. I think nowadays a lot of people are questioning, hey, is it the best timing to invest? And, what about the price? What about the market trend or whatever? Mike, how do you take on this? If we're talking about the NorthCore project, what's the most attractive things for a lot of investors nowadays?
Well, I think speaking specifically from the investor standpoint, you're going to want to invest in location. There's no better location than Yonge and Sheppard. Like Blake has touched on earlier, with the high price and rental rates and the strong epicenter for work environment of young professionals, major companies alike. It's a prime location, giving it being right beside Yonge and Sheppard, a subway station. You have direct access to the North Line, South Line, both east and west. Yorkdale Shopping Center, only a 20-minute express bus wide away, and you have YYZ Airport, just a 30-minute shuttle from basically your doorstep.
Wonderful.
And the site center, like Blake touched on earlier as well, it's not right on the corner of Yonge and Sheppard, so you do have that serene Parkside view community that's already in place.
Right.
And you don't have investors or your end users living in a construction zone. That's a great point that you brought up earlier as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a ton of value in, living next to a park, and having beautiful unobstructed views in every direction.
Right.
I mean, that's rare to find in pre-construction in general. It's almost unheard of to be found in a major city center like Yonge and Sheppard.
So, speaking of city centers, speaking of North York, a lot of the viewers probably did not really sure about where is the North York, where is, in reference to the Toronto Center Core or whatever. So, Blake, can you give us a little bit walkthrough about North York, like in this area, what kind of, corporations are here, job and whatever. A lot of people actually are willing to invest in this area for what reasons. Can you give us a little bit, walkthrough on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we have our downtown core here in Toronto, and then we have our uptown core. The uptown core is Yonge and Sheppard.
That's right.
So this is a major city center here that has, been a target strategically by major companies, not only nationally, but globally, to set up their Canadian head offices for a number of reasons. So this is a major city center that has over 34,000 jobs. 82% of those jobs are offices here. So we have, global companies like, Warner Brothers Entertainment. We have Procter & Gamble, Starbucks Canada, Hyundai Canada, Korean Air. They're all positioned here within a 5-minute walk of our site. And, I think they've strategically chosen this location because it's a location that attracts talent. You're so connected as far as transit is concerned here, being at one of only 5 of the interchange subway stations in the whole city.
Right.
So you're very connected, you attract young talent, and we have major employment opportunities here that are just down the street from our site.
That's right. I totally agree with that. And
From an investment standpoint, you were mentioning the high rental rates that will attract, obviously, today's high-end influenced investor, right? Can you touch on a little bit more about the rental rates in the area?
Yeah, absolutely. So the rental rates here are the highest in all of North York, and they're highly comparable to the downtown core. In some cases, they're actually higher.
Right.
So right now, on the resale market, you're looking at 1 bedrooms trading at $2,500 a month. You're getting 1+ dens trading at $2,700 a month, and 2 bedrooms trading at $3,250 a month. So what's unique here is that we don't have to do projections as far as looking forward to high rents.
Right.
Rents are high today, and you have to keep in mind that this isn't. We're talking about 11 and 12-year-old buildings with these type of rental rates. And this is an area where demographically new product is very important. And you can imagine in 4 or 5 years with a 7% annual rental appreciation, which is what we've seen over the last decade, that you can imagine what type of rents you can command in 4 or 5 years from now in a brand new building.
Yeah, that's right. And then I've seen a lot of buildings in the the surrounded area are at least minimum of 10 years and above, and I haven't seen any new projects coming over the years already.
No, and I think what's unique here, as far as the lack of new supply, is that this is an area where most of the development happened in the 90s and it happened in the early 2000s. So as they were very aggressive as far as building this area out, and that is part of the reason we have billions of dollars of infrastructure in place here as far as transit is concerned. So there really has been a lack of new supply because there really isn't anywhere to build.
That's right. And how many stories are we talking about for this building right now?
We're looking at a 16-story building.
Yeah, and how many units?
And that'll contain 352 suites within it.
Yeah, because I've heard a lot of people actually saying that, wow, the demand is so high for this project and it's almost sold out and this and that. And I'm just overheard from you just now, you're releasing new units. And can you share that a little bit?
Absolutely. So when we came to market, we held back about 100 suites. So from our initial launch, we sold 85% of what we had released. And then towards the end of December, we decided, why don't we release 100 new units when we get back from holidays?
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
So after a year, I would assume you increased price or not?
We did not increase pricing.
Oh, my God. Amazing. That's so generous.
Day one pricing.
Day one pricing on all suites. And, the insight behind that, or the reason behind that, is we understand that the market's a little softer, than it has been in years past. So the developer's objective here is not to increase prices; it's to sell.
Right.
We're here to sell.
And then in reference to the some other buildings in the area, and the price that you guys are selling for in NorthCore, I find it is very reasonable. And can you give us a little bit insight on that? What's the price range?
So the developer here is Fieldgate. Fieldgate's been in the business for over 60 years. They built over 30,000 homes.
Yep.
They have in-house construction. So part of the reason that we came to the market at the price that we did is because rather than lay people off, they want to keep that machine working because they have a huge pipeline of future developments, and they could have waited, wait as interest rates come down, pricing comes back up, and I believe that when we first started pricing this building, we were looking at about $1,600 a foot.
Okay.
And we're happy to announce today that NorthCore is selling at $1,450 a foot on average.
It's a great price per square foot.
It really is.
And then, lucky for us now, whoever looking at this video, you all of a sudden getting a choice of, there's 100 units for you guys to choose from. And I've heard a lot of investors are looking to buy some units like 1 bedroom, 1+1 or something, and they're not really looking at the big units. And I have seen the floor plans or the planning of the whole building. Actually, you guys actually come up with the idea of more units that actually potentially attracting a lot of investors. Can I share that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the way we designed this building, we wanted to make it investor friendly.
Right.
So 70% of this building is under 800,000.
Right.
The bulk of our building is 1 bedrooms and 1+ dens. And if you look at the numbers, they start to add up. They make sense because you're able to buy a 1 bedroom here for $50,000 less than you can on the secondhand market.
Right.
It's currently renting out at $2,500 a month, and you're able to secure them in the mid 600s.
Wow.
So the numbers, really start to mesh and add up from an investment standpoint.
You can imagine in 4 or 5 years when the building is occupied, do occupancy slated for 2026.
That's correct.
Potentially 2027. Lots of time for your investment to grow.
Sure. Absolutely.
And Mike, you have been selling a lot of pre-construction over the years. I will assume you're going to sell a lot of properties in downtown North York. Have you come across situations like the building, the surrounding areas is like, first of all, if I'm living in that condo, I was looking at all the buildings around me, I'm going to feel like, oh, that's so weird, it's so congested. But then we're looking at NorthCore projects, apparently from the screen that you can see from the background of us, there's not much buildings around us. And did you find it's very...
that is very rare, very rare. Most pre-construction developments, you're lucky if you have one view, either north side, east side, west side, that is unobstructed. NorthCore here, when you're at that 8th or 9th floor, you have basically 360 degree view, unobstructed view because it's a lot of lowland residential in the area.
That's right. We just saw the pictures on this nice floor, and we're looking at the city core, center core there, and it's like vividly I can see the CN Tower there, and then I thought that's the only view that I can see. All of a sudden, we're changing to another view, and all of a sudden, it's all green, major tree area in the communities, and there's just no obstruction at all. It's
great, because like I said, if you want the hustle and bustle of the city center, you're right there at Yonge and Shepherd, but the development is just off the side street.
That's right.
What's the street?
It's Shepherd and Beecroft.
Shepherd and Beecroft.
That's right. So apparently, a lot of investors nowadays looking for this type of project to invest from, especially when the market is sometimes switching here and there. But the NorthCore Fieldgate is the developer and builder. Basically, they are in business for a very, very long time, and they're so experienced. And they have to do it. And they have to do it with a good price. So lucky for investors, today you're looking at to invest for this kind of projects. Look nowhere. This is exactly what you're looking for. So, is there anything that you guys wanted to add to this point? Additional informations?
I think with a great deposit structure, spread out in increments of 5%,
sure.
Over a 600-day period. You want to grab your suite as soon as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Blake, for having us.
That's right.
My
And
pleasure.
Fieldgate Urban, RDS, in conjunction with Westdale as well.
That's right. And it's been a great honor to be part of this presentation today with you. And we're definitely looking forward to work together with you. And whoever looking at our video, you better act now because it's that 100 units, it's selling fast. Okay? So stay tuned, call us, and we'll get back to you. Okay? All right.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Take care.
Thank you very much.